Afternoon, I'm Max Brantley with the Arkansas Times on Thursday, March 17th. Arkansas News headlines. Momentum grows to do something about the way Arkansas elects judges. Senator Jeremy Hutchinson, who's chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, tells me that late this month he has tentatively scheduled a meeting at which people are going to talk about campaign contributions to judges and election of judges versus potentially appointing judges instead. There's talk about requiring that the sources of dark money that have become so important in judicial campaigns at least be disclosed, if not perhaps even restricted. And perhaps even there's talk of public financing of judicial campaigns, perhaps financed by a fee on lawyers. Also on the agenda is discussions of whether we should appoint judges rather than elect them. Elections have caused some problems in recent years. Hutchinson himself says he favors a gubernatorial appointment with legislative confirmation, not a merit selection panel as some states have, to a single 12-year term, a term limit for judges, so-called. These are new ideas. There are going to be opposition to all these ideas, some support, but it will get the discussion started. They could conceivably put a proposal to appoint judges rather than elect them on next November's ballot. A key question will be whether voters would be asked to vote on the whole specific idea or just to generally give the thing to the legislature to set the rules afterward. That's dangerous business, as we learned on the Ethics Commission. The legislature is not often to be trusted in getting things done well. Elsewhere, unusual development at the State Board of Education today. They announced a special State Board of Education meeting tomorrow to consider rescinding votes that call for a review of charter school expansions in Little Rock. These have been hotly controversial. The staff recommended them, but the board decided on a split vote to review them further. There's a lot that the state board has not considered about charter schools, their test scores, their demographics, how they affect local school districts, particularly Little Rock School District, which is now in state control. The state board chair, Toyce Newton, called for these special meetings tomorrow. They seem to have come about with the knowledge of board members. Some communication was had, whether it was done under the terms of the Freedom of Information Act, we don't know for sure. Pressure has been immense from the people who favor charter schools, the Walton Family Foundation, the wealthy Murphy family, who have an employee who is on the State Board of Education. Clearly, a lot of pressure has been brought to bear. It seems interesting that charter schools, which claim to be a superior form of education, don't want to undergo the public inspection that would come from a State Board of Education review. You have to wonder about their confidence and how they would weather that review. Little Rock Mayor Mark Stodel had his State of the City speech today. Surprise, everything is great in Little Rock, as you would expect the mayor to say. I noticed that he took a very non-specific but hopeful note in talking about a couple of very controversial projects, the Interstate 30 crossing project to widen the interstate through downtown, and the long lingering inability to finish the city's river bike trail past the Dillard's headquarter building. He remains hopeful. The Arkansas Supreme Court today did something that doesn't often do. It sided with a death row inmate. It said that an inmate convicted of killing his niece in Polk County 17 years ago now, I guess, was not competent to waive a post-conviction review of his death sentence. He was schizophrenic, unable to differentiate life and death sufficiently to make that decision, they say. So his appeal will continue. Riverfest, which has been a Memorial Day weekend family and music event, changes this year to strictly a music festival a week after the Memorial Day weekend. They announced their headliners today. They include Chris Stapleton, the Flaming Lips, the Goo Goo Dolls, and George Clinton. Fire you up, $37 will get you in for the whole weekend. They're hoping that this will improve their fortunes. And finally, interesting note out of Hot Springs. Today is the world's shortest St. Patrick's Day parade in Hot Springs. It's a big fun event. They have celebrity guests, Kevin and Michael Bacon this year. It's at 6:30 tonight in Hot Springs. For some reason or another, Ruth Carney, who's the mayor of Hot Springs, has never been happy about this event. She comes from a conservative religious background. Maybe it's the drinking, I'm not sure. But she thinks they've always overestimated the crowd size. She invoked Adolf Hitler in a Facebook post about the lying people that promote the parade, and it's triggered sort of an interesting reaction down there, including a great spoof of a Hitler movie in which her words are superimposed on a long Hitler soliloquy. All of that's on the Arkansas blog. Take a look and go down to Hot Springs and lift a green beer tonight to St. Patrick's Day. I'm Max Brantley. I'll be back tomorrow.
You feel it in your heart. The spirit of Little Rock. We've had that spirit since 1927, helping build our city by producing decades of leaders in the heart of our state. We are the heart of business and innovation, the heart of politics and government, the heart of arts and culture, and in our city beats the heart of a Trojan. UALR, we are Little Rock's team and Little Rock's University.